2021 National League, New England versus New York. Representing New England, we have Mike Gooding and Camden Riviere. Representing New York, we have Barney Tanfield and James Stout. Gents, first 8 games, one advantage then for you all. We play a full game at 7-all. When you're ready, double play.
Okay, and so welcome to all our viewers on YouTube.
Team Love.
You're watching game 2 of day 3, session 2, the United States Court Tennis National Pro Championship. I'm your commentator, Mark Beaumont. I'm joined in the commentary box with Connor Medlow. Connor, welcome.
Hello.
15-all.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's okay. So we've got a doubles game now. We're just coming off a singles game between Tony Hollins and Adrian Kemp. Tony was victorious in that, so it's currently the standing is 2 points to New England, and you're looking currently at New England with their backs to you and New York facing you on the stream. So New York have got some work to do here, Connor. How do you think they're going to approach this game? What do you think they're going to try and do as they take on? Well, obviously Camden Riviere is the world champion. What would their strategy be here?
Singles and doubles world champion. Unfortunately, I know that Barney is carrying a little bit of a niggle. James has a big job to do already. Mike is a very, very handy doubles play. I mean, I don't know the number, but he must have many open singles and doubles titles to his name. Mm-hmm. So yeah, New York have an uphill battle, but James Stout, as unfortunately we all know, is a phenomenal athlete. So we'll have to see what he brings to the table.
Right, so Barney Tanfield serving now from New York. He's serving to Camden, the left-hander. He's going to want to try and keep Camden on his left-hand return if he can. I noticed Camden there span round and played the return of serve on his forehand. Great shot off the tambour, Camden.
Oh, well played.
Oh, an uncharacteristic miss from Camden.
30-40.
So would you, Connor, would you try and keep Camden on his backhand return of serve? And that actually looked like a pretty good backhand.
I don't know where to keep Camden, to be honest with you.
That's right. Went for grill.
Wow.
James Stout went for grill. Wow. What a point. James Stout going down the middle.
So you're going to see a lot of this. James, whenever he can, is going to push that ball towards Mike. And good first game.
First game.
All right, so 1 to New England. Yeah, I mean that's always the challenge when you've got two players of where one's got a slightly higher handicap than the other. The guy with the higher handicap, I guess, becomes a bit of a target. Is that how it works?
Certainly. But there's one at both ends.
Right.
In this game anyway. But as I said, Mike has won many doubles open championship. Pretty handy. And I mean, Barney can take care of himself. I wouldn't be too quick to get in the way of Barney off of the back wall. Unorthodox return of the main wall there.
It seemed to work.
Worse than the second.
But yeah, I think this will be good. I imagine keep an eye out for who spends more time at the serving end. tends to give you an indication as to where the score's going to go.
I know my kids are watching, Jack and Harry. So hi, Jack and Harry.
Hi, Jack and Harry.
I hope you're enjoying the tennis.
What's your handicaps, boys?
I'll get them on the tennis court at some point.
Not yet.
6 and 8 they are, so they're a little bit young. I would love to play tennis.
Not
with
if you
them.
ask Josh and I.
Well, I was hearing a story about Camden Riviere earlier. Apparently he was playing this game when he was so young he couldn't reach to get the balls out of the trough.
Yeah, that's the same as Josh and I. I was going to say, I imagine of the crew here, Camden, Josh, and I probably
30-15.
the youngest guys to have taken this game up. Oh, James.
30 all.
So your marker today is Josh Dodson. So you've known Josh for a long time, Connor. So Josh, Connor, Tony Hollins as well, I think, all came out of the Seacourt Club.
Yeah.
So what was so special about the Seacourt Club that it's generated so many pros? That's a cracking shot into the
hell of a
deadlands.
shot.
40-30.
Okay, big point here. 1-love down, 40-30 up. Chaser or point required. He's just picking on Mike.
One game all.
One game more. All right, so
Good.
sorry. Yeah, back to my point.
Seacourt Tennis Club, one of the greatest places in the world, I think. Mark, I mean, a trivia question for you. Why is Seacourt Tennis Club in the Guinness World Record books?
Why is Seacourt in the Guinness World Record books? I'm going to guess it's the oldest sports club in the UK.
The only club in the world with 5 racket sports under one roof. So I guess now you've got to tell me what the 5 are.
All right, I can take an educated guess. So, court tennis, obviously.
1,
Lawn tennis.
2,
Squash.
3,
Rackets.
4.
And I'm going to say 5s.
Oh no! Wrong market on Hailing Island. Badminton.
Badminton,
And we do actually play paddle now as well. So I don't think we're going to get away with our paddle court being recognised.
Oh, that was a great rip into the grill from Camden Riviere there. An absolute classic shot. Man, he's so good at them.
But yeah, going back to the question. Oh, Barney, you got time there? Come on, bud. Going back to the question, it is on a small island on the south coast of England. Couple of junior schools, 1 secondary school. There is a golf course, a tennis club, and that's about it. And for whatever reason, here's an interesting point. Oh! Mikey! There was a racket thrown there by Barney.
Barney
He wasn't happy with that.
Bit of frustration from Barney Tanfield.
A nick of the tambour.
Is he's hobbling a little bit, Barney, there?
Yeah, he's hurt. He was hurt coming into this, but he's giving it a go. So yeah, not a whole lot to do on Hailing Island, but this tennis club is a great place, and you've got a lot of kids that are welcome to play any of the sports from any age, and enjoy it and participate. I cannot tell you why, but court tennis, real tennis, is the cool sport to play, and still is, and they just produce professional after professional and good player after good player, and it's great. It's so good to go back, and I hope there's going to be more. At the minute, you've got William Flynn, who I think is about 18. He's playing some pretty good tennis, and then a couple of other guys. Max Truman, who is what do you call it? Training partners with my little brother James. So hello to all of those guys. Oh, he could have had it.
He could have played that off his knee.
Yeah, he might have hurt himself.
But he might have played it into the net. He probably made the right choice.
Yeah, so hello to the guys at Sequel working hard on their games. They're finally allowed to play again, which they've all been dying for a long time. So I'm sure they'll all be watching as well.
So if there's anybody out there from Seacourt, let us know in the chat. We've got about 30 watching at the moment. Let's just check. So we've got John Murphy say, go Mike and Cam. Evidently a Newport or a New England supporter. Now I'm just checking my text messages. Kathy Minovitz is in the Newport dead-ons. Okay, that's great. So thanks for watching, everybody, on the live stream. Yeah, Barney Tanfield's definitely holding his leg there a little bit. Now, interestingly enough, we've got a few of the players this week have been talking about injuries and niggles. Is there any factor there that they're just getting back into this from quite a long period off, and it kind of brings the niggles along?
You're talking to one himself, but none of us have, well, not many of us, but have really been able to sort of play, train, match practice consistently much over the last 14 or 15 months. There's a chance here for New York.
Oh, Camden. Oh! It came off the corner of the winning gallery.
And it's still
going. Get it. It's still going.
Oh,
Game, 3 games to 1.
That's a
Unbelievable point.
tough end to the game, that, for New York.
Ben Corsten says hello.
Oh, Ben, what a legend. We had him in Chicago for a fellowship. God, a good couple of years ago now.
Hey Ben, thanks for dialing in.
Last gallery.
Straight into last gallery off the main wall from Camden Riviere there.
Catch me up, guys. What did I miss?
Okay, so John Edwards, welcome back to the commentary box.
Good to be back, Mark. Connor, how are you?
How are you, bud? Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All right, so with 3-1 to New England, just for the viewing audience, this is a pro set. 8 games is the winner. We play 1 deuce unless we get to 7-all. You're watching New York currently with their backs to you against New England currently facing you. The New York number 1, Barney Tanfield, is definitely carrying an injury and looks like he's hobbling a little bit. Now, I mean, it's quite interesting. For those who weren't watching this morning, one of the big pieces of news this morning is that Steve Vergona was back on court. Now, Steve played Wednesday this week, was back from surgery. He played admirably against Camden, but he was evidently moving around the court more slowly.
Gingerly, some would say.
Gingerly. You know, gingerly is not a word that Americans use.
Oh, translate for them, please.
Yeah.
So,
They'll figure it
how
out.
do we use that in a sentence? Camden moves around the court gingerly?
No. Steve moves gingerly around the court when playing Camden.
I see.
The ginger.
That's just not it's not an American word. I've used
Oh,
it a few
my
times.
word.
Oh, what a point!
30-15.
James's movement's phenomenal.
Second chase better than 6 yards.
So at the New York end, we've got James trying to cover more court. And up there, New England end, we've got Camden covering more court.
That was called an unforced error. Do you know what that is in America, John?
I've hit 1 or 2 in my
You
day.
have?
Yeah, hard to believe.
Oh,
I
Camden's giving Josh a hard time here. I can't possibly tell you what it would be about other than the fault he just missed.
30-all.
Good call, Josh.
All right, Briggs Fraser says, let's go New York. Hey, Briggs, thanks for dialing in. Well, thanks for being online. I say dialing in. You know what I mean.
Dial-up internet.
Yeah, I'm showing my age.
Oh.
Straight into second gallery.
2 chases.
You'll see that quite a lot with Barney. He hits it so hard, he's not going to get all of them on target, but if you get him in a purple patch, he just hits dead-ons for fun. Did I play him yesterday? Yeah, we played doubles yesterday. He hit one ball that Josh and I were playing doubles against him, and it was very, very, very quick.
That's your first chase better than 1 yard.
Better than 1. It's a good chase. 30 all. Kind of a big point.
All right, 2 chases, better than 1 yard. Second gallery, this is better than 1 yard.
Ooh,
Oh,
he won't be happy with that.
40-30, chase the second gallery.
second gallery. You can expect to see Camden make the most of this easy chase.
Well, it's important.
Fault.
2-3 looks a lot better than 4-1 for
That's
New
right.
York.
Camden plays a wonderful cut. Off the tambour, Barney Tanfield. Off the tambour again.
So much
Camden's.
time, that ball stays up.
All right, here's James Stout. Oh, puts it on the roof. That was a bad shot. For Camden to smash at the dead-ons. Barney Tanfield framed it, but in fairness, he had very little time to react. All right, Juice, we have 1 juice in each game.
John, which team do you support this week?
I support all the teams this week.
What a politically correct response. Well done, you.
Look at that. They do call me the senator. I am a supporter of the game this week. It's the game. It's the game that wins.
Oh, wow. What a shot, James Stout.
Advantage servers.
Right in the nick next to the timbre.
Okay, so they're going to have 2 points for 2-3, and they already had 1. They got to take it. This is it. Where do you go, Don? Down the middle. Right on, Mike. Hell of a shot.
He gets some cut on that, doesn't he? So, 2-3. We've got a game on our hands, boys.
2-3, James serving to Mike at the serving end. Pretty important.
Camden taking that. There's obviously a team code in the New England end that Camden's going to take what he can. Oh, he misses dead-ons. Off the timbre.
Left it for a hazard.
Mike leaves it for a hazard.
Worse than 2, no strokes.
So key now is for the New York guys to not concede another chase, stay down this end for as long as possible. You want to get to 40 down this end. It's a good shot, Mike.
Straight into the dead-ons. Your marker today is Josh Dodgson. The commentary team here in the box, Mark Beaumont, John Edwards, and the pro from Chicago, Connor Medlow.
Oh!
What a nick.
Old St. Nicholas.
Winston Simone says, "Let's go New York." We've got a bit of a rally on New York in the chat here. 40 people watching. Eric Barker says, "Come on, New York." All right.
Big volley. That's a good shot.
James Stout off the timbre.
It's funny that as soon as Cam gets the ball goes towards Barney. Leave him alone, Camden. Oh,
That
You think
ball came with a lot of
Camden
pace.
smells weakness.
Nick.
10-4, 2 chases. chase, 15 all. First chase, hazard, worse than 2.
Hazard worse than 2.
Time, please.
Gives you a big opportunity to go after this first ball. You know, in doubles you should have all of the targets covered. You haven't got a hazard gallery that can defeat you, so you should be able to attack this first ball with minimal consequence. Oh, James.
30-15, second chase, better than 4 yards.
Now they're playing better than 4.
That's a nice shot. No.
Lost the chase, 40-15.
(40-15) to New England. James Stout returning to Mike Gooding's serve. It's up on the roof. Cameron's put it on the roof. Uncharacteristic.
Oh, stay in. Oh, wow.
What a pickup.
I don't know what formation that was there. Did anybody else?
I don't even know who.
They lined up behind each other.
4 games to 2.
All right, 4 games to 2.
England lead.
You could look at that as a break straight back. They won that game before with Barney serving to Cam. James comes in to serve to Mike and has lost it.
Now Barney is now holding his arm as well, so he seems to be losing limbs as the game goes on. I hope that he's okay.
Oh, that's some speed.
Christopher Scott says, of course, New York in the chat. Hey Christopher, great to have you with us.
Last gallery.
It's a nice shot, Barney.
Presumably that's Barney just wanting to get up the service end at all costs.
15 all.
So
one
important.
chase.
So now he's holding his shoulder, he's hobbling on his leg.
Oh, well done. Good ball.
30-15.
TJ Doherty says Barney's goal is to break the side wall with the ball. He hits it so hard it wouldn't surprise me if he'd done that a few times.
Why do you think they have to move that Washington court?
30 all.
Barney's been there too many times.
That was a force and a half from Barney Tanfield that Camden Riviere tried to block, but it was just coming too quickly. He couldn't get his body into the right position. Sprayed off the edge of his racket.
Connor, when you're staring down a ball like that coming at you with that kind of pace, what sort of advice do you have for the people in the audience? What as a pro, what do you recommend to them? Is it pray? Is it
Number one is get yourself out of the way.
get out of the way?
Don't get yourself hurt. Number two,
Get yourself
if you
right.
can achieve number one, try and hit the ball. Don't try and hit it.
Servers.
Mark said the right word, block.
Last gallery.
Get yourself out of the way. Try to hit it.
Protect the most important first.
Get yourself right with the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
Youth.
Again, that was another 40-30 up that they haven't quite taken advantage of. When Camden gets rolling, I mean, if you talk about like a momentum player, I'd be really interested to know if there's one better. Another chance. So 2 balls for the game. Kind of interesting that Barney's doing well against Camden.
We have an advantage, New York. Ryan was a little.
Now my friend Ben Hudson. I won't read his comment. He's making me laugh in the chat though.
Come on, Barney.
Could I have a club soda? Yes, please.
I'll get my IPA. Any IPA. I think there's only one. I don't think there's many choices.
Oh, Camden Riviere.
Connor, you good?
Game 3 games 4.
Giving them lifelines. Time for you to hold your serve, James.
So Ben, it's great to have you with us on the commentary. Ben was our most improved player of 2019 at the awards dinner here at the TNR. Absolute phenomenal athlete who has really taken to this game. I think he's got his handicap down to the mid-20s now.
Connor, am I
He's in
correct?
the top 20 in the world, surely.
He's really getting there. I think it's an absolute treat to watch him play.
Connor, am I correct that we saw Camden put 2 balls into the net in that last game?
No, can't be possible. Impossible. Has Ryan got a replay to prove it?
Last gallery.
That's a great serve.
Excellent serve.
Fuel.
The back wall has been really difficult to read here. That back wall on the full, it stays so low. Up. Needs to win this point right here. Was that a headshot?
Oh.
Wow.
Go on, Cam. I think the thing that is just amazing is how quick Cam covers the court.
Mm-hmm.
Hazard second.
He also doesn't have a weakness. When you're playing against him and you're looking, you're thinking, okay, that guy doesn't have a backhand. Great. You play the ball into Cam's backhand. Grill. You play the ball a long railroad coming along the battery wall, backhand him all dead on. All right. Well, what do I do? It's a little bit difficult. Rob Fay seems to have found a way at times. Is Rob awake at this time of night?
What time is it in the UK now? It's coming up to 11 o'clock, so we might be losing some UK
Score is 15-all. First chase is the last gallery.
watchers.
Oh!
30-15. Second chase is hazard. Second gallery.
All right, loose one for Camden to put away. Yes, into the grill.
30-all.
Opportunity missed for Mr. Tanfield there.
Right, let's have a look what Mike's doing with his serve here. He's sort of doing a sort of short backhand bobble.
He's keeping it short,
Gallery.
keeping on James's backhand, and just making sure that he don't get into the rally on a front foot. From a New York perspective, that one's overhit. James attacks.
So obviously James Stout is a left-handed player, so we've got the interesting symmetry that both teams have got a left-handed player and a right-handed player.
I would say that the ultimate combo's got to be a right hand, left hand combo.
40-30.
I think. I don't want to show my age, but
40-30. New York leads. Chase the
You don't wanna
second
show
gallery.
I think that the best doubles pairs that I've ever seen, Camden and Tim, Rob and Steve. That was a great shot from Barney there to win the game.
That was great, wasn't it?
Game 4, games all.
New York has tied it up.
Here we go. Start again.
All right, we've got a game on our hands, people. All right, so who was the first real tennis world champion?
I think he was talking to you, the senator.
I believe that was the Marchese of Savoia. No? Something
What, the
like that?
ancient Egyptian Marchese?
King Tut.
King, yes, that's right.
Is it Vittorio Emanuele Due? Victor Emmanuel II of the House of Savoy.
I don't know, but I'm loving the guesses.
Richard the Lionheart. I don't know. What is the... Thank you.
I'm just going to leave that out there. The only reason I know the answer is that in the Melbourne club, they've got all the world champions listed above the entry door. Hey, Ben Hudson's got it. Clerget the Elder. Well done, Ben. I think it was 17, I'm going to say 83 if I remember the board correctly. Court tennis is the sport with the longest continuous world championship.
Wow.
There is a Marchese in there somewhere, isn't there? Is that the second world champion? Second or third?
Oh, that was a serious
Ryan
guess,
Carey's
was that? I
telling
didn't
us.
realize that.
That was a serious guess.
James looks pretty fired up here, boys.
I was going to say the energy level seems high.
James does not like to lose against anybody at anything. And he's given Barney a pep talk here. Could not have any guess as to what he's saying. But he wants to win.
What we asked him what his favorite match of all time was, and he said it was his 2010 U.S. Open win over Camden.
Ooh.
Chase the last gallery.
So John Murphy says the first from the UA was Tom Petit, I suppose. Hammer Time says it was Tim. Is that the first US world champion?
Tim Chisholm? Tim Chisholm was never a world champion.
No, Tim Petty.
Oh, Tim Petty.
30-40.
30-40. Can New England hold on to this game? This is going to be pretty important. Camden to serve. Barney Tanfield returns.
Cover the targets.
Camden Tambo. James Stout goes for a force into the dead ons.
Camden's not happy with that.
Defend it.
He's not happy.
5 games to 4.
Not happy with that. New York take the lead for the first time.
Marchisio was the fourth world champion
Fourth,
from 1816 to 1819.
Just before your time, John. Not long before, but
I believe even before Prussia.
Team love.
I'm not even sure Otto von Bismarck was out of elementary school.
Oh, did anybody see that shot from Camden?
That was a rocket.
That was a rocket.
15-all.
worrying thing was James nearly got it back. Wow.
Wow.
And it's still going. Wow.
Oh, what a point!
Camden.
30-15.
Oh. Whoops.
40-15.
You're going to have to remind me the year, but the year that Camden and Tim played, Rob Fay and Ricardo Smith. There's a name that you don't hear too often in the modern day of court tennis, but my goodness, he was a good doubles player. Rob and Ricardo were 4-love up in sets after day one, and Camden and Tim came back to win 5-4 on day two. And
30-40.
Tim was carrying a bit of an injury, and Camden, in Camden's way, just sort of said, "Let me do this." that is one of the more impressive
Close out a point.
Game 5, games all.
You were going to say that was one of the more impressive.
performances, comebacks, whatever you'd like.
Oh, thank you.
So just to recap for our viewers, we're currently at 5 games all. This is one pro set of 8 games.
Team love.
Quite the
Now we
touch
play
there on that
one deuce through to 7-7, and then at the tie-breaking game or the deciding game, there are unlimited deuces. At the moment, we're 5 all. This could go anybody's way.
Come on, Barney, hang in there.
Coming after this,
Dirty
we've
love.
got the number 1 game of singles. These guys are all going to be wanting to win this. Out on the YouTube video, you might not be able to see, but we've got quite a few spectators in the
Dirty love.
gallery on the left. Now Tony Hollins is in the gallery with his fiancée Lizzie.
I believe I see John Lumley.
And John Lumley is there watching every shot like a hawk, trying to figure out what he's going to do when he plays these guys tomorrow.
New York are trying to hustle their way back into this game, but no. 2 of the weaker games that they've played in this pro set.
6 games to 5.
I'm just wondering when they had that little chat before if they decided they were going to try and attack the ball a little bit more.
Oh,
Now here's Mike Gooding trying to keep James Stout on his left backhand.
That's so good, that return and the one back. Oh, James.
So Rhett Riviere says that was the 2017 World Doubles Championship at Prested Hall.
There you go.
The best match of anything and comeback in sport.
There you go. What about that that buzzer beater in the what do you call it?
Kyrie Irving?
No, the is it the NCAA basketball? The what do you call it? The Sweet 16 March Madness, and it was UCLA against Gonzaga.
Oh, the...
Yeah, last throw of the game in overtime.
Yeah. Yep.
They were 15-point favorites and won by a point or whatever it was. That was a hell of a.
Well, there was an Auburn 100-yard punt return for the win. LeBron block on Draymond Green. Well, I won't.
I tried to sound like I know anything about American sports there.
Oh!
I mean,
I don't.
In
Right.
Boston, it's heresy to call anything but the World Series win from down, I believe 3-0, anything but the greatest comeback in sports history. This, of course, the city of champions. They love to remind anybody who's not
Come
from
on,
here.
Barney.
game. 7 games to 5.
That was 3 quick games from 4-5 to 7-5. Whoops.
Camden had a little determination in his eye.
Well, who's been down the serving it? That's the question. It hasn't been New York, that's for sure. The last time we saw them change ends, James gave him the pep talk.
One-legged shot from Camden there.
He's so strong on one leg. That might sound crazy, but watch him hit return of serves on the back foot. Pops into this corner down here. It's pretty impressive. Mine, yours, mine. Ball stays up here.
Hammer Time says, what about Michigan State, Michigan punt block for 6? I don't know what that means.
Me neither. Is Hammer Time Peter Cipriano? I think it must be. No, he runs the Hammer Time podcast, which is the latest Rackets podcast.
Rhett Riviere says
latest Rackets
5 sets
podcast?
on
There
Sunday
are
to
other
come
Rackets
back
podcasts?
when Rob and Ricardo only needed to win 1. That must have been a great game.
Connor, are you a listener of A View from the Hazards?
Once in a while.
I'd like to give a shout out to those guys, Rob and Ben, over in the UK.
Ooh! Whoa!
What is
That
going
was
on?
power.
James is
Stout
swinging. Match points coming up.
40 love and a chase.
Mike's still looking for that ball that he seemed to make contact with.
So we are 7-5 in games, 40 love to New England. This is match point. There's a worse than second chase. Let's see what happens here. Evidently, Barney and James are trying to attack this ball.
40 love receivers.
Suddenly, Camden Riviere got 3 games from nowhere, it seemed. Camden on the forehand. Return, Barney Tanfield. Camden on the backhand. Into the corner, James Stout. Mike Gooding attacking Barney Tanfield. Camden Riviere forces the dead-ons. That would have been a dead-ons.
Oh, chances here, James. Chances here.
All right, it's on the roof. Oh, and he puts it in second gallery for 15-40.
We were talking about comebacks. Here it is.
I don't think you play a loose serve like that to Camden Riviere and expect to get away with it. Dave Christian says blunder in the big house. Is that John Ioli? Is that how you say that? Mike Gooding, FTW. We all love Mike Gooding, eh? All right, Camden Riviere to serve.
Mike was a badminton player. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Did not know that.
He played badminton for Scotland. And, you know, if you watch him... Oh, well done.
And there we have it. An absolute wonderful win for New England. So that makes it New England is 3 points on the night, giving them a total of 10 so far, plus the 2 bonus points. Giving them a total of 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10 so far in total. But we still have the number 1 game, singles game of the night to go for another 2 points, which could push New England into the lead. So it's everything to play for. Currently, New York, it looks like, are going to slip into second place after this evening, with New England going into first place. This is a very exciting evening of tennis going on here. We're going to go to a short break now, and then we'll be back with the singles match right after this.